Hey everybody, and welcome to The Gauge. This is Garrett here with a review over the Mpow Bluetooth Armor Plus speaker. Mpow gave this to me for a fair and honest review over it, and I'm willing to give it, definitely. A little bit about myself is I've actually, before I started doing this, was in the wireless industry for about 8 years. So when I say that I've had my fair share in speakers and accessories, trust me, I really have. Over the speaker itself, the first thing we're going to is look at what comes in the box. We come with a 3.5 millimeter headphone jack, standard, a micro USB cable for charging, and for the battery backup that comes in there, which we'll talk about here in a moment, and a nice drawstring bag here, nice meshy material, rather durable. First thing you're going to notice on here is this is a very industrial look device. It's actually pretty hefty when it comes to the weight. And there's several reasons why it goes into that. Probably the biggest one is it actually has a iron shell around it, so adds a lot of weight into it. Not something easy for your cat to knock over or somebody that's walking by at your party if you're having a get-together. It's got a metal mesh on the front and on the back of the speaker. We also know that this is a rated for IPX5, so splashing, water, dust, things like that shouldn't affect it at all. Dust it off, wash it off, let it dry out, and you should be good to go again. This also has a TPU high-grade center here, so it gives a little grip and a little more protection over it. So great for out camping, out on the deck, put it in the bathroom kind of thing. None of those areas should affect it because of all the precautions Mpow took on this speaker. When it comes to the top buttons here, we have our power, our play, pause, fast forward, rewind, volume controls, and then a phone equalizer button, so you can actually accept phone calls through this speaker as well. There's a built-in microphone, and then the equalizer button when you have music playing. We'll get to that here in a moment as well. On the side here, you're going to see this little trap door. Take it open here. And under here, we have your charging port, a USB cable port, and then the 3.5 millimeter auxiliary hookup. If you look right above where the USB port is, you're going to see these little black circles. These are actually LED lights to tell you how charged your device is. The nice thing also, because of this USB port, it has a 5200 milliamp battery in there. So for emergency situations, need to top off your phone while you're not using your speaker, allows you to plug in your device and charge it. 5200 should fill up most phones a couple times, depending on your model. But yeah, pretty cool, and I thank them for that because I always love having extra portable batteries around. And then when you're done, that just seals up, and you can barely tell it's there for the most part. Again, this does have Bluetooth. It's 4.0 Bluetooth, and the auxiliary hookup. The mic, again, it also interacts with Siri, Google Now, all those kind of good things. Now the big thing, the sound quality. During testing, I tested out pop, metal, country music, some techno, some podcasts, and then, of course, the phone calls in it. The speakers themselves, we have two on them. They're both 8-watt speakers, so a lot larger than most portable speakers. Give it a nice, crisp sound. Turning this all the way up, I had no problems with quality dropping, no tinny sound. Sometimes on speakers you can get a slight tinny, a metallic sound out of it. Really didn't have any problems throughout all the music. Everything sounded very nice, very crisp. The nice thing with that equalizer button, it actually has two modes to it. A indoor and outdoor, pretty simple. Indoor mode tends to have a little bit bigger bass to it, not as loud of a sound. Still, when you crank it up, obviously a loud sound. But the outdoor kind of drops a little bit of that bass, but adds a louder sound to it overall. When it comes to battery life on it while I was playing it, I got about 21 hours. They rated at 22 hours, so pretty darn close. No qualms with me with that. That was close enough. Definitely enough battery life to get me through the more than average day. When it came to call quality, I had this out in my garage and in the kitchen, two areas that I might get a phone call, and no problems whatsoever. Both I could hear them, they could hear me. Both parties were pretty happy with the sound quality, so I can't complain on that one bit. Overall, as of the review, which is March 10th, 2016, the speaker's on Amazon.com for $79.99. Its MSRP is $200. Mpow does also have their own personal site here in the United States for their products, and it's running about $97 on there. And that's about the average price on Amazon. I think they're running a special on it right now. Comparing to other speakers of similar quality and price, I've had a Jabra Soulmate, which retails at $200. And I've also had a Boombotics Pro, which is another one of my favorite speakers. MSRP's at $100. This thing at $80 to $79.99 is a steal. I think this thing is amazing. While you not might get the portability of some of the other speakers, you're getting that beautiful sound quality. Plus the battery backup. You can't forget about that in those tight situations. I have no problems recommending this whatsoever. Mpow again did a fantastic job on this. I've been helping them with reviews now for about 6 months, and overall I am very pleased with all their products. Again, this was given to me free for a honest review of their product, and today you heard it first. I mean, I love it. I would recommend it to my friends and family, and I'm going to recommend it to you guys. Stay tuned for more reviews over their products and many other companies as time goes on. And stay frosty.